Hello and welcome. And I clicked on the wrong thing. Anyway, hello and welcome. You're listening to the Evil Hour. I'm Dom slash Rastrophic, and I'm joined here as always by.
Hi, Sean Graves here, everyone.
And today we got a heavy one for you. In this episode, we are going to talk about. I fucking lost it. uh,
This has something to do with joy.
yes.
Things that bring us
Thank
joy.
you. Things that bring us joy and what makes life meaningful, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we're glad to have you here. We want to support the show and make sure that you are sub and leave 5 stars and tell your friends and give us a listen to. Let's get into it. With that being said, Sean, or actually no. Before we start into how our weeks is, I want to bring this up actually, which I have not
What's
brought
up?
this up to you before the podcast, which we normally do.
Okay.
Is buddy, we're finally officially 1 month and a half from Silent Hill Townfall. How are you feeling?
I am super okay, so um I'm super excited for it, although it's crazy to me because like you mentioned this or you asked me this question and I just got done watching Moist Critical this
I
morning
love him.
talk about how gaming communities are so obnoxious that they're so ready for a video game to crash and not be good before the game even like releases,
Okay.
be it on beta, on alpha,
Fair.
on whatever state that they're in.
I have a
And
good one. Pine Harbor. I used to play that game on stream,
yeah,
and all of a sudden, they closed the whole game out. Now you can't purchase this on Steam, and they gave you a full refund back. And I'm like, now all I have is a YouTube video of what Pine Harbor was. That was it, and there was
yeah,
potential
it's
there.
the way that right, exactly. And I think that like it's the way that I think the gaming community is so ready to claws out people who don't even have like a bar fight of a chance
Right.
to even have like something to say, not like fans like you and I.
Right.
But it's just the way that I feel like people are already kind of claws out on it before the game has even come out. And so for example, like hearing that it takes like what is it, 10 to 14 hours to
Yes.
play this game through one cycle, you know, I don't know. People say 14 hours or whatever, but I'm
I'll
just
tell
gonna
you
enjoy
I'll tell you what
the
scared me
experience.
from the get-go with Townfall.
Yeah.
All right. Before I get into the whole what scared me, I should say I would like to think of the positives. One, I always wanted a
Yeah.
first person Silent Hill. And not only that, now
Yeah.
me and you are different, but I'm a first person type of guy. I love my first
Mhm.
person horrors. I love everything. And just like, okay, now I'll relate with you. Just like anything, I love Silent Hill. And my whole life, I was like, if this game was fucking first person, this would be a whole different story.
Right, yeah.
Here is my scared point though. I have seen and I have sent you the fact that this game takes 10 to 14 hours of story mode, which I'm hoping to God it does. I hope it lasts long.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do hope it's not like F. A lot of you people like F. Sean, I know that you didn't really mind F. You know, it
No, I
wasn't
don't
good, but it
mind
wasn't
it.
bad.
Yeah.
But the thing that scares me is why is this game $50?
Okay. So it's the way that even like looking at Nintendo video games that are Mario and the Thousand Year Door from like the GameCube days
Right.
is $60 still to this day. I was like, that's like
Yeah.
day one release money.
Yeah.
Like who has the
I
clamps
get
for
on my
that?
Nintendo Switch now. I'm like, I feel like playing Pokemon. How much is Pokemon? Let's just say, what is it? Why can't I? Sword and Shield, and it's still $60. I'm like, why is this still the same price as day one release when the newest
Yeah.
Pokemon is $60?
Like 2 decades later
Yeah.
and Pokemon Yellow and Red and Green and
Well, no,
all the other
the new one
colors.
ZA, and that's still $60. You know. So why is
Yeah,
Sword and Shield,
exactly.
which
Yeah.
came out in 21, I believe, no, 2019, is still $60? Same thing with Super
Mhm.
Smash Bros. That came out damn near with the Switch, and that's still $60. You know, if you
Mhm.
go on the Nintendo
Yeah.
shop. Anyway, I just hope what I hope about is they say this game is 10 to 14 hours. There's going to be 5 endings, but what I'm hoping is they're
Plus
doing
2 extra secret ones, right? So
absolutely,
7?
yeah. No, no, no. I think
Yeah.
that's the total of five actually. So maybe
Oh,
three
that's a
with the
total of
two.
5, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe there is seven. But anyway, but I hope that they're doing what other people aren't doing, which is you know how
Mm.
everybody changed the price tags to now $69, aka $70 after
Mhm.
tax. I hope they're
$69.
anyway, I hope
I'll say it.
I hope that they're doing what everybody's not doing, which is going back to the
Yeah.
$59 price tag.
Yeah.
That it just weirds me out though. Like that was from my
It
get go. I
does,
was
yeah.
like, why was this $50?
Yeah, it's
You know?
like game prices these days are so
I didn't
interesting to
think
me
ten
because
dollars of a difference would be a big deal. I was
it
literally
kind of
that
is,
guy. Oh my god, absolutely. I was that
but
guy.
it is.
I was that guy who was like, okay, guys, like it's $10 more. Like, who cares? I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
Now that I'm
I have a
paying
question for
it,
you,
I'm
like
like, what the fuck? $70.
yeah. I have a question for you.
What's
So,
up?
like, as a consumer, if you spent, and this is like early 2000s cash, so adjustment for inflation here,
Yeah, this time
um,
it was $30, I believe, for a new game. I
something like
remember.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I remember
If you
used was
got
15.
if you got like an hour's worth of music from your favorite band,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
For like an actual physical CD, the jewel case and everything like that, and like the artwork and
I
the
don't
booklet and like
I
the
don't want to
lyrics and
talk
everything
about
like
this
that.
topic right now because I'm
No, no,
about
no,
to
no, no. But I mean, this really does prove a point, though.
No, 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 because you're
Um,
about to be very disappointed at me. I'm gonna let this lore out that I have never actually I never told you about this, but lay it on me because I think I know what you're gonna say.
okay,
Lay it on me. What's up?
okay. So imagine a world where Dominic walks into a music store
Okay.
and spends $20 on an hour's worth of music from Corn. Okay, and as you can tell, I'm like really digging deep into like the the facts here,
No, no, no. You're fine. You're fine. You're
and
just proving a point. I love it.
and it's an hour's worth of music, right?
Yep. Okay.
And then sometime later and Korn comes out with a 30-minute CD
Ooh, okay.
of just I don't know, music, right? Do you feel like that $20 for the full hour's worth of music and then like the 30 minutes of music, do you think that both those CDs are of equal price?
Ooh.
Or do you think the 30 minutes
That
should be less
that is not
because
where
it's
I
not
thought
a
you were going
full.
to.
Does that make sense?
No, I understand. Okay, I thought okay, so let me tell you where I thought you and then I'll answer your question.
Okay.
Let me tell you where I thought you were going to. So this is my favorite band, Infant Annihilator. Shout out to Dickie Allen. I have the signed autograph right above here, which you guys can't see on
Mhm.
camera, but I have the other one that's signed autograph on eBay. This was the first production, and I was
Mhm.
such that guy that I needed the first production of the
Mhm.
album release. You want to know what I spent for this and that?
Uh a lot of clams.
$120.
Oh, okay.
Here's the crazy part. I went to their live venue that I got to meet the person after the venue. Got a signed autograph again. It's right there.
Yeah.
And I even admitted them. I admitted it to them. I was like, here's your first press. I'm so excited and I am so honored to own this. I let my heart out to them. And I was just
Yeah.
like, I want you to sign this. Can you please sign it? And they were like, absolutely. They grabbed the marker. They went to go sign it, which they still signed it. Again, it's up there.
Huh?
He stopped and he goes, how much did you pay for this? I said 120. It was on eBay, blah 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 blah. He goes, I hate to tell you this. This isn't our first release. I said, "What?" He goes, "Our first release came out with this copy." And it was like totally different. It's basically like if you get so like this looks like a first release album, because it's
Uh-huh.
all paper and everything.
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, this is actually our first release." And he came out with a different one. And he goes, "But you just got scammed." And I was like,
Oh, no.
"Oh, what?"
What do we do?
Yeah. And he goes, "I'm
What do
still
we
gonna
do?
sign this for you. At least it'd be worth 120." That was literally what he told me. But yeah, so
Oh
that's
my
where I
gosh.
thought you were going to, because
No,
that
not
has
even
happened to me. So yeah, this album that I'm holding in my hand, this isn't even the first release. It's not even, it's actually paperback, which seems like, because the second
right.
release would be the actual, like, for example, this, no, no, it'd be the plastic copy. I'm taking my Silent Hill.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
mhm. Yeah,
and the first release
yeah,
would be paper. Nah, that's not. It's
right.
not. Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" That's how much of a diehard
That
fan
is
I was,
wild.
though, because I want to get. Anyway, back to your question, though. That was a little off topic.
No,
Um,
you're fine. Yeah, but I mean, like, how would
eh,
you feel about, like, spending the same amount of clams for an hour's worth of music vice 30 minutes, but they're both from the same band, but the band is expecting or,
so
like, not necessarily the band, but
I'm gonna take it as what you said. You said, "AKA my favorite band," and Corn, which is true. I love Corn.
sure.
Shout out to my boy Jonathan Davis. I would spend the money just for the fact that, what if the 30-minute, and I like to think of an observation here. What if the 30-minute album has way better songs than the hour-long
Mhm.
album? Maybe, sure. Maybe, we all got those times. Maybe, sure, the hour-long album has at least 3 of your favorite songs on there. But what if the
Yeah.
whole 30-minute track, every single song is like, that's the one?
Banger. Yeah.
I would. I would spend the money on it. What about you?
Yeah. Um,
Oh, somebody. Oh,
it's
also,
just
not
so
somebody. Sorry. Grimy said, "Oh, I love Team Rocket. Get up."
ah, hell yeah, dude.
So, what
Um,
about you, though?
thank
Let's
you.
answer that question.
I
Your favorite person comes out. You
answering my
got an
own
hour. You got 30 minutes. Would you spend the money?
it's the wild way that, like, I can listen to an hour's worth of delirium and be completely I would feel like that's like a full complete meal of like listening to that band. But then if I listen to like 30 minutes of like a completely different band and it was like at the same price point, I would be I have actually felt upset about it before,
Really?
where I was just like, yeah. And it's not because the other artist wasn't as good. It was just that I was just like looking at the price. I remember being at a music shop and it was like, well, this album is $20 and this album is from
35.
1997 and it's also $20.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
just like, but this one's new, literally new, and it's only 37 minutes of music. And yeah, I mean, it's got some good pieces, but like this one here, I
That's
can
a classic, bro.
actually
That's a certified.
yeah,
Oh
like
yeah.
I can actually listen to this front end to back end and feel
Okay.
like I went through a goddamn journey. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. I mean, true, true. I didn't think
yeah,
of it like that. You got a fair point there.
like I mean, yeah, there's like the songs that slap in
Oh,
between, but like it's
absolutely.
also like that front. I'm a very like Pink Floyd Dark
Oh
Side of the
no.
Moon person where I can't just listen to one song at a
I
time.
say, "Oh
I have
no,"
to
because
listen
the
from
only
beginning
Pink
to end.
Floyd song I like, believe it or not, is oh no, it's I gotta think of it. Hold on, I'm thinking of the melody. Oh
Is it the
no,
wall?
no, fuck no, dude, that's
Is
way
it time?
overplayed. No, um,
Learning to fly?
hold on, I'm thinking of the dude. It's gonna piss me off. Holy shit, dude, I cannot think of it to say my life.
Oh no.
Oh, right here. It's I just seen it. Where did you go? I just lost it. I just had oh right here. What do you want from me? That is the
Oh, that's a
only
good one too.
oh dude, that bass
Yeah.
line. Dum,
Mhm.
dum, dum, dum. And then you
Right?
got the guitar. Like, dude, that is literally a
Oh,
massive
yeah.
trip. What do you
See, now
want from
imagine,
me?
like imagine if Pink Floyd gave you, like, those songs, right, for an hour straight, and then that was for 20 clams, and then, like, you go and you
Bro, you got
spend,
Win Hand.
20.
I showed you Win Hand, didn't I?
Yeah, mhm.
Oh, bro. Whew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I still listen to them too.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that was actually honestly,
that's
like,
a
one of those, like
banger, bro.
that was one of those, like, bands that you told me about that, like, I'm actually, like,
I'm so
deep
glad
into
I
now.
got you into it. That's how I was.
Yeah.
I listened to one song and then I went deep and it's like, oh
Mhm.
fuck. Like
Yeah.
it's literally Win Hand, by the way, for our podcast listener that are listeners, sorry, that are listening. Um Win Hand, if you're into grunge rock or what would you stoner metal?
Yeah, I'd give it, like, stoner,
Yeah. If you're
doom.
into
Not
that,
like
oh
doom,
yeah,
but,
yeah, no,
yeah,
no, 100% stoner doom.
definitely doom.
Um
Yeah.
Yeah, once you fall into that pit, you can't crawl out of it. If you ever
You
heard that
can't,
term.
no, because
No,
it
you
also has,
can't.
like a lot of their feedback
Oh yeah.
parts to their songs reminds me of Sunno.
I hate to say it though. Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But I hate to say
Mhm.
it though. If you ever see their shit live, they suck. Like I hate to. I
Really?
oh dude, I watched their live shit before. I'm like, no, no.
I think I've
hate to
seen
say
I
it though.
think
The band does great. The singer, you could definitely tell.
really?
Oh, 100%. I
Oh,
love Winhand. I've never seen
seen
let
their
me
live
send you
performances,
actually
so
after the podcast. I want to see your actual live reaction if you don't mind, if you have time.
no, I don't mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, yeah,
totally.
let's do that because I was the same way. I was like, dude, this sounds great. I listened to them. I was like, the band's there, but the singing is not. Anyway, all right, let's get back into topic here. Sean, how's your
So that's
week?
how I feel about
Oh,
so yeah,
sorry.
no, no, that's how I feel about Silent Hill, Townfall is I am hoping that the,
I got
uh,
faith. I got
opus
faith.
yeah,
I got faith.
I
I
really
I
want
really
to.
do.
It's yeah. Oh, by the way, I did a video, recently of, a book review of Silent Hill,
Yes,
Return to
I heard
Silent
about
Hill,
that. Yeah.
um, and it's the way that, I went back into it, like and I also had to, like, sit there and go like this, "Oh shit, let me pull up the evil hour. Let me pull back up the" I had to go into the archives and talk and look at, like, what the fuck did I say about, the movie before it even came out, and I was like, "Oh my god, I was so, so naive."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, like, it sucks being a fan because it's fun being a fan, but it also sucks being a fan because, 1,
There's a difference between
um
you not. Again, I'm not asking. I'll say this again. Or said before. I'll say it again. I'm not asking
yeah,
for 100% accuracy, but dude, that
right.
movie wasn't even 25%. It
I
wasn't.
read this yeah, I looked at the book again. I read the book again as, like, if I was to look at this as a script, right?
Oh, okay. So,
I
all
looked at
right,
it from that point of view of, like, if
right.
I was an actor, a director,
It makes
somebody who was
sense.
looking at this as a script, would I sign on to it? And I was like, "You know what? You'll just have to watch the video to find out." But, it's the way that they really went in trying to juggle a lot of things, and they were juggling,
Right.
uh,
Clay
cups,
glass.
plates,
Yeah,
and yeah,
where
and when you do
it
that and
literally
you're not
breaks
a
like an
professional at
eggshell.
it yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened to that movie. As much as I really wanted it to be a success because, like, how do you fuck that up? And then I was like,
Oh,
"Well, here's
yeah.
how."
Well, the first way to fuck it up is, and if I could talk to the motherfucker myself, I would. But the first way to fuck it up, and I'm a diss it. I'm sorry, we're not gonna get sponsored anytime soon. But put Christopher Gaines as the director. That's the
We
first way to fuck it up. Second way to fuck
I
it
you
up.
know, I would really like, if this ever, like, gets to a place where we could get, somebody
Special
from,
artists.
a Silent Hill game on this,
Oh,
I would have so many questions,
oh, dude, if we got
right?
somebody from Silent Hill, like Team Silent on this,
Yeah.
I would have to call off work because I don't seriously, like I would be on
Yeah.
here for hours straight to the point where he has to be like, dude, like I'm done answering questions. I'm like, please, like, please. One,
Yeah, we have some questions.
let me send you my copy and I want you to sign it. But secondly, like,
Yeah.
oh my
Well, not
god.
just that, but even like if for example we had like the director Christoph Gans to
I got a
be
lot of
on the
questions
pod
for
with
that
us,
motherfucker, dude. I,
Tom, we have to be
oh
nice.
yeah, you're right. All right.
Have you ever been like in a dinner conversation where like your wife is like nudging you, going like, "Dom, be nice."
Yes.
I
Uh
would have to be that person to you.
the one guy is Kill Switch Engage, the singer from that. I didn't even recognize him. You know, my buddies were like, yeah, I
Right.
mentioned this before. They were like, Dom. I'm like, okay, who are you? And they were like, the singer. I was like, hi.
Oh,
Like, cool. I known you from Guitar Hero 3, brother. Like, what's up? Anyway.
it's the way of like when you run into celebrities out in the wild, right?
Yeah, I ran
And then
into a
you're just
lot.
like, I know, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's my answer to Silent Hill Townfall. My my 10 minutes or my 10 seconds, 25 minutes later. Um, uh, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's as fine as it can be. I know I've
Okay.
been off Twitch for a minute,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's because my schedule's been AFU with taking care of me first.
Absolutely. You
Um,
got self
and
medicate, brother.
yeah. So September is definitely going to be a turnaround month for me.
Good.
So thank you everyone for being supportive and caring and things like that, and a good dear friend. So yeah,
Absolutely. We're
that's
all here
literally
for
been
you,
it.
Sean.
I repainted the studio.
Yes.
Put a lick of paint up on the
Got a
walls.
green
That's like the
screen.
most.
I see some
Yeah.
more wires back there in the background, brother. You know?
Yeah. I've also been
Happy Saturday, you
lightly
guys. Hope you both are doing
recording.
good. Absolutely.
Uncle J Rod, what's up, buddy? Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Um. Yo, so
So
my Halloween costume, I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be my Halloween costume for next
yeah.
year. I threw it on, and then when I was like, oh shit, podcast, so here I am. But Stella's gonna be a Pokemon, and the
Make her
boyfriend unit is gonna be
make her fucking meow. That'd be perfect.
meow.
Make her meow.
Make my dog look like a cat.
Yeah. Okay. Dog cat 30 Sennheiser. Anyway, that the guy is dead.
Oh,
That guy is
hey,
dead. Anyway,
is he though?
yeah.
Is he though? I don't know.
It's like when my wife's like, "Why don't you get Jordans again?" I'm like, "That Dom is dead. He died when he was 21." Oh yeah.
Wow.
By the way, I used to be a
Wow.
sneakerhead. Yeah, it's been anyway. Um,
Really?
oh, hardcore. Like I collect. If it tells you anything, my last sneaker I sold, which was back in 21, went for $900, which isn't shit compared to real sneakerheads.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were fuck, dude, I forget what they UNC's Jordan 13s high top versions, and yeah, actually they went really down in price recently.
Here's the crazy thing about sneakers is that like I used to be on deployment with people who were definitely shoe heads, and is that the right term for them? Shoe
Yeah, yeah,
heads?
no,
I don't know.
it's the sneakerheads. That's yeah, they went really
They're
down
sneaker
in.
heads.
See, I had the Air Jordan 1s retro high OG UNCs. When I sold them, they were $900. If it tells you how much they went down in price, they are $128 now. Or no, sorry,
Oh,
$148. So I sold it at a good time. That's all it is.
yeah.
Sneakerheads are stock markets, bro. That's all it is.
It really seemed like that from the outside looking in was like, I don't know, like how do you have like I don't know. When I buy shoes, I use them for their
No,
utility,
I
and
don't.
they do look nice.
See, me, I had a whole
But
get up.
then,
Like with these sneakers I just sent to you on Discord,
yeah.
I had
Hmm.
actually, I could go even get it. I had a white and blue hat, a white and blue jersey, these shoes with some like ripped up fuckboy jeans. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I used to dress. That's the whole
Oh, wow.
sneakerhead type shit, dude.
That is
That's all that
crazy.
is.
I would never have thought.
Yep.
It's the way that yeah, they were telling me about like a certain brand, a certain year, a certain style, a certain color.
Yep.
Like this was
If you get the
very
black and green Jordans, you have to get the Celtic jersey, even though you don't know a single player from the team. At least black ripped up jeans. You know, like that. That's how I looked at shit.
oh
Literally.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. There was an episode, speaking of joy, there was an episode of I think it was like Hoarders or something like that. I was like really feeling myself
Oh
and going
damn.
through a Schadenfreude moment. And this guy, he was like, "Yeah, I might have gotten the TV show even wrong. So like fact check me." But the point is like this guy, he collected shoes, and as he was going through his belongings, he was just like,
Hold up, brother. I
yeah,
got. Hold on. Uh. Uh. I. Hold on.
okay, yeah, no problems. So as he was going through, and you know assessing all of his sneakers and things like that, he was just like, yeah, these things I bought them at 150, 200, 300, 400, $500, and I never got them out of the box, and they're all wrapped up, and they're preserved, air quote, because I think they were in a closet or something like that, or like they were in a box. They were even in like the original boxes, right? And then like out of nowhere, um and he has I think, like, the point of the show is that he had to go through his things, and as he's going through his things, he notices that, like, the shoes are falling apart. They weren't even made structurally. Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay, back, everyone. No worries, Dom will be back. So, yeah, like, this guy, he's, like, finding out that, like, all these shoes are, like, falling apart and things like that, and then there's, like, no value to these shoes anymore because like this like I mean watching like 400, 500, 600, $700 later just go down the damn toilet because like they just weren't made to I guess like those shoes weren't made for practical wear or for practical I don't know. But I'm also not a shoe head, so I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say that if there was one thing that I would be a sneakerhead of is Eurorax or like like synthesizers and things like that. Like I can see myself being I guess in that camp. I guess there's always a camp for everything. I don't know. But yeah, like it's the way that that has always like kind of lived like rent free in my head um of what's been there what there is there. So, yeah. Um, by the way, it's one of those things where it's a Sean Gray's podcast hour. What? I could never do a podcast by myself. I wouldn't even know what to do. Oh, by the way, fit check everybody. Here's my costume for red pants. I got like all the things for Team Rocket over here. I was really going in on the look today. Yeah. Oh. Oh, my sinuses are kind of acting up. Oh, by the way, and Uncle J Rod, yeah, we're doing good. Like, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Things are changing around in our universe. one way or another. Let me catch up on chat. Next month, mod anniversary. Congrats, Grimy.
All right.
I love that for you.
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
How's that? How's the neighborhood?
uh, Neighbors are watching this way right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, uh, mind you, Fair Week is happening right now. So a lot of fair shit happens. So
That's the thing where people are parking outside your front door
yeah,
and
people are passing out in
yeah.
front of yards. That hell, the one year I'll mention this at least. 4 years ago, my neighbor's truck got broken into, and his dumbass left the title in his truck, and they stole literally everything and took the title.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's what happens during Fair Week. It's bad. So cops are on
Wow.
pursuit right now because they're in our, I guess, a couple of teenagers are breaking into shit and they are heading our directions is the last thing we got told. I'll at least say that. So I had to go check outside real quick and yeah. Anyway,
Hey, remember being a teenager and like not doing that?
yeah, seriously, I was spray painting shit and smoking weed under a bridge. So anyway, with that being
Right?
said, Sean, how has was you covering your week? Was that what we were
No,
doing?
I'm done.
Okay. Uh,
How
big
about you?
news.
How about you, Dom?
As I say, big news for me. I already heard it, so it's all good. Big news for me. Thank you for covering the show. Is
Yeah, for sure.
well, also, I guess welcome to Fair Week. Shit gets a little rowdy here. We have a lot of drunk people and a lot of dumb people. You know, you mix
Uh-huh.
alcohol with dumb people, and they make dumb decisions.
And foreigners, people who aren't are from around town,
Is it,
right?
yeah. We actually, believe it or not, one of the winners that won the Derby Thursday was from Florida. And I was like, you drove
Oh,
all the way from Florida to here? And I was like, wow. We have Craig Morgan being our country singer for this time. If you don't know who Craig Morgan is, Sean, you probably like, I have no idea. How about I name you off a song? International Harvester. You know, International Harvester. You never heard that song?
no.
Oh fuck. Okay, maybe
Sorry.
you really don't know Craig Morgan. Anyway, he's here. He's here. So normally where I'm from, they get famous country singers and shit gets rowdy. If you don't know that, I live right in front of this shit. So anyway,
Oh,
so shit gets a little rowdy. Anyway, by the way, my week, I have gotten a truck. We have now gotten a truck running because it
mm-hmm.
was, but it wasn't. And I am now officially, I have switched my major, but I am now officially a medium heavy duty diesel mechanic. So I will be working on semi trucks.
Meow.
Yep. So I'm excited for
Hell
that
yeah.
next journey of my life because it's gonna be 2 years and a half. So
Yes.
it's gonna be a long journey, but I'm ready for it. I start October 5th, so let's fucking go. With that being
Hell
said,
yeah,
let's
dude.
go ahead and get in our topic. Sean, would you like me to start first? I believe you started first
Yes,
last time.
please.
All
Yeah,
right,
for sure.
absolutely. So the one thing that brings meaning into my life and fun and happiness and joy, I would like to start off right up from the rip as I just did, checking in with my neighbors, is spending time with the guys in the garage. You know, nothing
Yeah.
beats than popping open a couple beers, listening to whatever music's on the radio, and at some point of time, and those of you who live in a small town, or if not small town, at least have the countryside of living, you guys are doing an engine transmission. Hell, the other day I almost got crushed by my buddy's bed. He was
Damn.
bed meaning the bed of his truck because he has
Uh-huh.
a 9-inch lifted truck, which is tall as fuck. If it tells you anything, you gotta step on the tires to get into the truck. And
Oh, jeez.
he had to get that off because I'm repainting his truck. But unfortunately, there was no other way to get it off. So it was me and one other person. So we were holding this up, and yeah, I almost got crushed by the bed. Anyway, so nothing beats those nights. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a bunch of
Yeah.
guys getting together, enjoying a good time, music's playing, and at the end of the day, you could laugh about some shit happened, aka me getting crushed by almost a truck bed. Um, you know, I am a garage fiend. If it deals with something with
Mhm.
derby cars or garage or hey dude, the amount of times before my buddy moved in right next to me of um hey, can you hold this bolt for me?
Yeah.
I'd be instantly fucking there because I'm like, I already know I'm gonna hold this bolt for you, but we're gonna probably have 5 beers in between somehow, and then your
Mhm.
transmission's out, and we don't know what happened. So I
Right.
love those nights. I'm all about those nights. And to me, how meaningful it is, it's kind of like my meditation. It's my aura. It's
Oh,
my
okay.
absolutely because it's like that is where I could see myself perform. And even though
Mhm.
it's not with my own stuff, as in like my own like cars or vehicle. I actually let's just say vehicles. My own vehicles. I still feel like I
Mhm.
accomplished something today, and I got to help you out. And the fact that you have brought me free beers, I guess you could say, is
Sure.
just the
Or a
icing on.
pizza later.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, hell, we did that last week too. Me and the wife ordered pizza for everybody at the garage, and it's those nights that is what like keeps me humble and makes me love the life
Yeah.
that I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Um, when did it I guess when did you realize that was something that
That is a very good
really
question.
spoke
So
to you for that?
my whole
Yeah.
life, I always wanted to build cars. I always wanted to do this and that. And those of you that know in the podcast, I did not grow up with the best family in the world. And I'm just
Right.
telling it how it is. I remember,
Mhm.
and to this day, I still remember. I wanted a '93 Prelude and a Honda Prelude, by the way, if you don't know your cars. And I remember I told my dad I want to build this car with him, and my dad was like, "Nope, fuck you, blah 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 blah." He was just a stubborn asshole, to put it blunt. And my whole life, I always wanted to build cars, and it was actually till I met my wife, till she was like, "No, like for example, we just got this beater with a heater truck," and she goes, "I
Uh-huh.
want you to build this. You are going to make this truck run." And she's the one who saw the light in the tunnel, and
Yeah.
from there it just went on. Like I just found out
That's
like
cool.
living in the garage is the lifestyle I want to live,
Mhm.
because like I said, at the end of the day, it's like if we accomplish something, even though it's not my own vehicle, or even if it is my own vehicle, I know for a fact I accomplished something, and that brings me happiness right here you know
Yeah.
Because if I did it
Yeah.
on my own, one, I don't know what I'm doing, and two, it's like I would get depressed. I would be like, I don't know why my car's not running. Da da da. That's why she
Mm.
enjoys me watching, or sorry, she enjoys watching me build derby cars, because she knows I cannot do wrong unless I literally take the whole engine out. So that's why it brings her joy, because she's like, I know when you're building derby cars, you could be doing everything absolutely wrong, but as long as the car
Yeah.
still runs and you could go to the derby, she goes, that's what makes me happy. And
No,
that's
that's
when I
cool.
found my happiness, was not just through my wife,
Yeah.
but also through derby cars, because I always wanted to build cars. And granted,
Mhm.
I'm not building them to be reliable. I'm not building them to be, whatever. I'm building them to get
Sure.
crushed and everything. But at the end of the day, and now I'm getting to the derby car topic, is that I know no matter what wrong I'm doing, it is right. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
And it feels good to do it too,
absolutely.
yeah, I totally respect that and totally understand that too because uh you mentioned being a kiddo, right? Like
Mhm.
being young and doing that. Yeah.
Yeah,
My like you, my instead of it being in a garage, even though I've been in a garage doing this before, because I
yeah,
was like, I'm a garage band now.
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I'm actually physically in a garage. But yeah, no, being in the space where I can create sound and or record or do something like that tactfully with creating music,
Right.
in
Being
any
in
way,
your own
that was
space, your own aura, your own,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And it started off really innocently back when I was a kiddo, working with like, preset sounds on like a keyboard where you have like the piano, the E piano, the harpsichord, the organ, the strings, I think maybe a bass sound.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
then
You bring that
you
all
know,
together, and it's like,
yeah,
I did something today. It might not mean
right.
anything to
Yeah,
anybody else, but to you, you're like, I did that. I
I
fucking
did
did
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how it
Yeah.
was. I'll take today, for example. Those of you that don't know on the podcast, Sean knows, but I had to do an IAC sensor, aka an idle air control valve. And basically my truck, it would run, but the idle will stall itself out. And literally
Mm,
all it was buy a brand new part, which was $48, two screws, and one plug-in. That's all it was. And I literally unbolted the screws, plugged it in, or sorry, put it in, put the new bolt in, put the screws back in, plug in the plug, and next thing I know, my truck's
mhm.
running. And I told my wife, I was so head over heels. I was like, I I was like, I fucking did this. And mind you,
Yeah.
like I thought this truck was the end of me because I was like, great, I bought another fucking thing. I can't. Like honestly, like I started like,
Another lemon,
yeah, I
right?
honestly started thinking that way. I was like, fuck, I just got fucked over. I don't know how I'm gonna explain this. I did that. Truck's running now, and I was like, I'm a fucking mechanic, dude. Like, nothing makes me more happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes. But I mean, I sent you
Mhm.
videos and everything, but I was like, I
Yeah.
got it. I could like, like I'm literally driving it to work Monday. Like, I can't wait. Like,
That's cool.
yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
Yeah.
that's
I
what
mean,
brings me joy and happiness, and it brings a meaning to life because it's like I don't know that skill, but to me, it's like I'd rather just be in that environment.
mhm. Yeah, like, I would rather be in an environment where, like, now where, like, I'm able to create my own sounds, right?
Yes.
Like, imagine, like, you can create like, instead of, buying a car, a full, complete car that doesn't run and bringing it back to life,
Yep.
you're able to, uh, bring pieces that otherwise shouldn't actually be all encompassing as, like, a piece of machinery,
Yes.
and now you're making it into a
Because
a
what
a a full
the
piece
very
of
the
yeah.
one fact I want to bring up to people who don't know about shit about cars, and the one advice that ever stuck with me even till this day, and mind you guys, I just learned this like 4 months ago, so this is relatively new for me. To get a car started, you need one spark, two fuel, or three compression. If you don't have any of those three, the vehicle won't run. So
Well,
if
it
you
kinda reminds me of, like, the FA remember when you were telling me about engines earlier last
yeah,
week? Or
yeah.
yeah, and I was, I mentioned the F404, GE,
Mhm.
engines,
Yeah, I
right? And you were
remember you
like, "What
telling
the shit?"
yeah.
Well, so I was showing, the boyfriend unit, what one of those engines looks like because
Oh, yeah, when I
I
looked
didn't
it up,
work
I was
on
like,
them.
"What the fuck?"
Yeah, so here's like the wild thing behind it is the way that I remember for my wings board was what are the stages of that engine, and it would be suck, compress,
Exactly.
no, suck, ignite, compress, no, suck, compress, ignite, blow
Yeah.
is how it works.
So,
Yeah.
obviously and
Um
that's how I look at things now, is obviously if you have
yeah.
suck, compress, and then blow, then obviously there's
Yeah.
something wrong with the ignite. Or if you have
Yeah.
suck, ignite, then blow, then obviously there's something wrong with the compress. And that's what I
Yeah.
learned literally 4 months ago. I shit you not, guys. I learned fuel,
That's
spark,
cool.
and compression. And I heard if those engines don't have any of that, or at least one of those, that's your problem. So if you have
Yeah.
crank, but and start, then obviously it's your fuel. If you have crank and start, but then it dies and shit like that, then it's obviously your compression. I was like, oh my god,
That's
I
interesting.
never knew that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. 'Cause, like, again, I'm not a AD, I'm not an engine man by any
right.
means at all, so I don't know what, like, deep down in the weeds how
See,
those
that's
engines work,
where
but
I want to
I
go
do the
to is
pa
like, how does this crank to make this run?
yeah.
And people don't have that answer. They're just like
Mhm.
basically pretty much what I just mentioned is like, look, it cranks, it sparks, it has fuel. And I'm like, that's not what I'm saying though. It's
There
like
we go, it should work.
how does it? And they're like,
Yeah.
it just does. And I'm like, no, no, like how? you know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I would say for my job, or like even still to this day, my job, it's all about the surface level like paperwork of it, of
Yeah.
every single part of like what makes that happen,
Yeah.
as opposed to like knowing the full details of why it happens. And that's why we have those pubs or those manuals, if you will. But even the manuals only go so far
Oh,
because I think like
absolutely.
at some
Because
point,
I found out too. It's just like I had, for example, a derby car. It wasn't starting worth a fuck. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay, well, it has. Let's just take what I said. It has compression. It has, it has fuel. It has spark. Why the fuck is it not turning over? And then here, come to find out, it was just a starter. Like nobody even mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously you need a starter for it to crank and to start.
yeah,
Again, it's in the name to start up, aka the
yeah,
starter. But like I was like, okay, it has fuel. It has crank. It has this, why is it not running? Then come to find out, I was like, oh, your starter's bad. I'm like, well, you said if it has compression, starter, and fuel. I'm like, what the fuck?
right.
That's where I get confused at. So,
Yeah, no, I totally hear you on that. But at the same time, like I'm actually kind of excited to see like in October where
oh
like
yeah, where I'm
a
going,
year, 2 years,
where I'm
two
gonna
years and a
be.
half later, either yeah,
If
like
it
how
tells
much
you
more
anything,
education you're gonna
buddy,
get, and
I know what all I gotta do is just the fact to do it. But if it tells you anything, I even told my wife if this engine goes out, which hope to God it doesn't, but it's a strong running good engine. But I even told her I was like, if it goes out, I'm putting a 12 valve Kelman's in it. Oh yeah, I'm going to transfer a 1500 into a diesel, which it works. It fits. The engine
yeah,
fits. You just need to at that point you need to do your see, and this is where my knowledge comes from. You need to do your frame because the bolts don't line up, so you gotta cut your frame and then add on bolts and everything. And then you gotta do
uh-huh,
your springs because the stock springs, obviously a diesel engine's like 15 times heavier. You know, your
yeah,
normal engine's like, let's just say 600 to 800 pounds. Not really. It's probably more than
uh-huh.
that. A diesel engine's like 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. Not really. Again, just
Uh,
this off topic. So your shocks and your springs obviously needs to
you're just
be
gonna be doing
at that.
this the whole
Oh
time.
no no no! I seen somebody do a diesel without the proper springs in it,
Yeah.
and it just fucking flattens. Sometimes I actually have seen a video where it actually broke the springs on a truck. Yeah,
Oh,
have you ever seen a Cummins engine, by the way? I'll send you a picture actually while you talk. How about you talk about? So, what is yours, by the way? Let me.
um, well, I mean, yeah, I was collaborating. I was speaking to also like how doing things in like your space, like your garage or like your studio space, like brings me joy. It
Yeah,
really does for me as well. Like doing something artistic.
check your Discord
Um,
real quick.
yeah.
Just
Oh,
which
that's
is
a huge bitch.
that's what goes into a truck. Not a semi, a truck.
Gosh, dang.
And mind you, this is like the normal. This is what my engine is right now
She
compared
is
to that.
huge. Oh. Oh, those are night and day.
Yeah, you have a whole ass semi compared
That
to.
is that is dead ass me even like at work, like when a lot of the maintainers are like, "Oh, this is what this looks like." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just do that." And then they're like, "Sean, do you understand like what we're talking about?" I was like, "No, I visually do not have a concept of what you guys are talking about." So then like I get to see it in real
Oh,
time when I go and take a walk in the hangar.
here's even a better one. There you go. That's actually mine compared to.
Okay, see that's more up, yeah, that's more up my speed.
Yeah,
That looks like that engine, that 3rd engine looks like a little motorboat in
that's
comparison to the other 3, like,
that's actually mine. What's in my truck right now?
really?
Yeah, that's a 5.2 V8 compared
Where's the
to.
propeller of I'm like, "Where's the propeller on the other 2?" Like,
Oh well, that would just be your cooler part.
oh, okay.
Yep. Because you gotta
So I was
remember,
like,
Cummins engines are turboed. so they also get cooled that way too.
Okay.
So yeah, no.
That's see, that's it's all very for me, it's very interesting to, like, sit there and, like, see how it all operates, but I don't wanna tinker with it. I already know, like, me just looking at it has already broken it in some way that the maintainer or the mechanic is going to have to figure out because I am that person.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
oh yeah.
That would happen. It just that would be what would happen. Um, and yeah, like, I'm like you doing like architecture or like doing mechanic work in tactileness and learning at the same time like as you're going around like sometimes I just walk into into my music studio and I have like
You don't have a
something called an
general
idea of what I want to
direction.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like sometimes I just like just walk in, I'm just like I'm just going to like
that's what I do with FL Studio,
see what
brother. I just kind
happens.
of like din din din. Oh, I like that sound. Din din. Nope.
Yeah.
Din din din. Nope. Din din din. Oh, there you go.
Right.
Yep.
What am I like to speak on like what I've been currently up to not on stream is I my Eurorack setup here I've been adding foot pedals to
Okay.
the effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also like prior to that, what I'm learning to do is allow the machine to um, play itself as well, where I don't have to do too much influence to it. Like I could change the pitches, I
Right.
could change the color of the sound, but for all intents and purposes of like it playing itself, there's a steady rhythm going on and off, and then there's this other part to it that I've learned to patch where it almost like builds up like a ratchet effect of like
Right.
percussive sound, like lead, like almost like a bouncy ball, like when
Right.
you drop a bouncy ball and it's like one, two, and then as it's quickly getting back down to earth, it's getting faster and faster and faster until it stops,
Right.
and then it begins again. So imagine that happening to, um, a rhythm effect, and then imagine that rhythm effect also sonically in your head, moving from left to right
Okay.
like this,
So
you
like
know,
a
and
like
it has
what would you say, like a 5.7 surround sound type shit,
yeah,
or
like a 5/7 surround sound like effect happening, and it's also being delayed and reverberated at the same time. So it
right?
really just swashes over for you for like a
So you're
steady.
hearing like a full 360 type.
Yeah, like I'm like I've been really like wanting to encapsulate a really easy way of making that effect happen
Oh
without
yeah,
doing
when
too
I
much
see those
pre-work.
videos on YouTube and I have these headphones on, I'm like, ooh, and
Yeah.
then you can literally like feel it like in front of your eyes, behind your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, I really think that like yeah, I know it's 2026 and everything and it's my 38th season of life, but oh, also here's a caveat. I've stopped telling people like what year I was born in. I'm just telling people now at this point I was born in I was born in the 1900s because that either means A, I'm a vampire, or B, I was born in the greatest decade ever, the 80s.
you're gonna be very disappointed in me because I can't do math right
I
now.
know.
88.
88, yeah.
Oh shit, I was right, dude.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell. Yeah,
Because the
no.
maths,
90,
right?
99.
But yep.
Silent
Yeah,
Hill, brother.
right.
Literally the day of Silent
Yeah,
Hill.
another day, just another day. Speaking of which, I just played that game all the way through
I
and
seen you playing that. I was like, this motherfucker's playing Silent Hill 1, dude. Like, I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
honestly, like the crew that night was just like, "Yeah, go for the bad ending." And I was like, "All right, I guess I'll go for all the endings this time."
Oh
You
my
know?
god. Speaking of which, my very first playthrough, I did that. And then I got like how he killed himself. I was like,
Yeah,
dude, ahead of its time,
yeah,
by the way. Just throwing that out
ahead of
there.
its time.
Wait, when I saw that scene, I was like, holy, like, to me, like, that was brutal. And mind you,
I love that
like,
I love that Shattered Memories took that ending from the first game
see, I
and
never
made that
beat
its narrative.
I never beat I never played nor beat. Or I played, but we'll just say
Yeah, I was gonna
played.
say, haven't you tried playing it, but you just didn't get through it?
Never
Like,
got through
there
it.
was a where do you get hang up where do you
High
get hang
school.
up at? Is that at the school?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that is oh my god. I
High school I got hung up on, I gave up.
really?
Yep. I even
There's so
tried
much that
looking.
happens there.
Yeah, no, yeah. I couldn't. I even tried looking up YouTube tutorials and I try following them and I still get lost. I'm like, fuck this, dude. Three games,
Really?
three games of Silent Hill I never beat was Shattered Memories, Downpour, and Homecoming. Although I'm at the end of Homecoming, I just couldn't. I couldn't. I just
Oh,
couldn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It yeah.
Same thing with Downpour.
It's the other one.
Was that yours by the way? Your
Yeah,
memory?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That was my yeah. Mhm.
My
Mhm.
second one, I would like to shout out the wife here is honestly her. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. So the meaningful of life and everything is because I was always at a dark time in my life when I met her, and she just pretty much showed me what life's about. And she's actually, and I'm gonna repeat myself, so this is gonna be kind of back into one. Was she's the one who kind of showed me that hey, if you want to buy a beater with a heater, I believe in you to fix it up. You know, and same thing with derby cars. She was always into derbies. I used to hate derbies. I used to never seen the point of what's the point of fix. What always pissed me off was these people who would like fix up like classic like 50s cars or 60s or 70s cars, and then they go derby them. I'm like, buddy, you had the fucker running. You could have restored it. What are you doing? But ever since I got
Yeah.
into the derby scene, I'm like, oh, like there
Now we
was
get
no,
it.
yeah, there was no point of restoring it. It was just more like we got it running, fucking full metal on metal, dude. You know.
Yeah.
So I would like to say that she's pretty much the meaningful life to me because she always believes in me and
Mhm.
she does a lot. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like I would just be repeating what one is she's the one who taught me about like the whole point of life is hanging out with your buddies, being in the garage. I never had a woman like that. Not only that, but it's just like I was always you might as well say shelter kid because my dad wouldn't pretty much let me outside. And
Oh, okay.
and she was, and every time I did go outside was when I was like a trouble kid, you know. And so she was the one who's like, "Nah, get that shitty car, get that shitty truck, or get that shitty derby car, and we're going to build
Yeah.
it. We are going to do this." And so
That's
I
cool.
just want to shout out the wife there. So she's definitely the
Yeah.
meaningful life and show me the bright side of how fucked up this world is.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because it's folks like, even like my older sister my sister, shout out. It's been a hell of a year for her too. But it's the way that, I she sees potential
Yeah,
in
that's
people,
Sarah. Yeah, that's
Not
awesome.
everyone, but, like, potential, like, seeing potential in people, and I absolutely adore that, and uh, if it wasn't for her, she wouldn't for her and her husband too, my brother-in-law, if they didn't see the potential in me, I would not be where I am right
Oh,
now,
100%.
like through and through,
I agree with you.
So,
If I still lived that, well, granted, my parents are divorced now, but if I still lived
right.
in that household, I wouldn't have my truck. You know, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
been able to. I mean, hell, it was so weird today when I told my mom that I got the truck running today. She goes, "I know you could do it." Like my mom never
Mhm.
was that supportive, and I love my mom. You know what I'm saying? But she was like
Yeah.
the secretly supportive, like, "Oh, I'm surprised you got." She was more like the, "Oh, I'm surprised you got that running. Like, good for you." Now she's all like, "I knew you could do it." You know, ever since
Mhm.
she got away from that whole situation.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
that
No, I
that
totally
that's
agree with
also a
that.
meaning of life to me. Is this? I guess you could put this in a way of like having that support.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely, and it has to it doesn't have to be, so, like, on the nose or in front of you because
Yeah.
even, um like, one thing that brings me joy is, like, for and it's in the same wheelhouse, maybe a little different, is that, uh, for myself, as an athlete, I'm not really, like, a Olympic athlete by any chance,
Oh, dude,
but
you do more than what
when
I could do. I'll tell you that right now. You tell me like, yeah, I just went on a 5K run today. I'm like, fucking what, dude? Like, I can't even do a mile.
it's the way that, gosh, at this point, it's gonna be over a decade, but some time ago, years ago, I ran a marathon, about
Yeah.
24, 20, 25 miles or something like that. Um, and no, that's not right. I think it's 24 kilometers. Anyway, point is that
I was
I
gonna
ran
say
a
that's still
marathon and like having your family or like no matter how big, how small it is, but having that person root for you,
that's still
you know?
14 fucking
And
miles, dude. Fuck that.
yeah, right? Yeah, I did that once and I
If it tells you where I'm
I would love
from where I grew up at to where near I am, without
yeah,
giving description, is 2 miles,
yeah.
and that is a fucking run, dude. And
Really?
if you ever visit me, because my mom still lives at my childhood home, I will show you where I
Uh-huh.
grew up at, and I will show you the whole setup and everything,
I
and
could like
then
put you on my backpack and like just we could just go on a run
yeah,
together.
yeah, no, absolutely. What I would love to do for you is if you ever visit me, one, I'll obviously show you
Yeah.
around and do all that stuff and take you to parts of everything. But I would love to show you where I grew up at and show you where I live now and what we used to walk, because me and my family used to walk all the time. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and that was 2 miles. And buddy, let me tell you what, that 2 miles was. I'll at least put it to you and the viewers this way, viewers who ain't from my side of the woods, because I
Mhm.
know some are. I'll just put it this way: it's damn near my whole town.
Gosh,
Actually, not
wow.
even damn near my whole town. It is my whole town. Whole town. It is. I'll show
Wow.
you. I'll show you if you ever come see me.
That is
I'll show you.
I don't know, is that like I'm hearing this as like that's relatively small.
You think so until you walk in. You're like, son of a bitch, and then you finally get to the point,
Really?
and you're like, oh my god, yeah. I think exactly it's 2.35 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll share that with you after podcast too.
Okay. Yeah, cuz like I'm sitting here going this, I run that.
Yeah, no, no, no. Like
That's
you
so
do it, and you're
weird.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right, for real. Cuz even like the small burg that I live in California here, like 2 miles is just like
Oh no.
literally down the road and back again, like, but there's so much more to like, it's been interesting, describing where I live because, explaining this to my sister who's, you know, wanting to visit in the future, uh, I was just like, yeah, there's always, like, these tiny little towns, but
Yep.
then, like, the city I call what I live in now more so a city and
Yeah.
not a town because to me a town is like
What
you
I live in,
you yeah, like you literally blink and you drove right
you
past
drive
it
right
because
by.
there wasn't
See,
a really like a
I'll
sign.
show you those two, which is right near me, because there's this
Yeah.
one town right near me. It's 15 minutes away from me. I'll show you this too. There's one stoplight out of the whole fucking town.
Yeah, exactly. You
That's
know,
not
so
like
like
how it is here.
it's so funny because like I remember back in the day when I used to live in Oklahoma, Carrie Underwood came out with this song that was
Oh
about like
shit.
her hometown or something like that, and it literally it to this day, swear to God, it still only has one light,
Yep.
and that it's a red flashing light. That is all it is. That is her whole damn town.
Yep.
And I used to live in a metropolis area of Oklahoma City, so it's just it's to me, like, I'm sitting here going, "This 2 miles is, like, really
Oh
nothing."
yeah,
Like,
dude.
that's just a portion. That's not even, like not even a portion of a portion. That's just a tiny little slice of the neighborhood that I live in. But, like, yeah, that's so interesting to me. But then you go to, like, places like LA, and 2 miles is, like,
Yeah,
gonna
my
take you an
you gotta
hour to
remember
2
my
to
one
drive.
buddy who used to live here was from Sacramento, and he would tell me stories about LA and shit, and I was like,
Yeah,
he would tell me pretty much is like I can't say it on podcast. I'll tell you afterwards, but Sacramento
sure.
was like the how do you want to say it? Where's like the pinpoint? Like you got Houston, Texas. I can't think of the name right now.
Yeah.
You got Houston, Texas. You got fucking oh, what's Colorado?
San Antonio, Dallas.
Well, I'm not saying just the main points. You know what I'm talking about. You got
Uh-huh.
fucking Orlando, Florida. You got all that shit. Anyway, he said pretty much like Sacramento was like the star of my state. I was like, fuck that, dude. Like, if you knew,
Yeah.
if I lived in the star of my state, no, I couldn't. I could
Oh,
not.
the capital.
Capital. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah, I had to think about it. I was like, "Wait a minute, star of the state. Oh,
I
the
couldn't think
capital,
yeah,
yeah."
I couldn't think of it, but yeah, so yeah, dude, it's he pretty much told me that's
Yeah.
what Sacramento is in my state, and I was like, "Fuck that." And he goes, "Dude, if it tells you anything," he goes, "even in your state, it's not even close." And I was like, "Fuck
No.
that." Fuck
Yeah,
that. I remember
no.
the one time
I
I
mean
went up to the most popular part of my state, which isn't the capital, but it is. Well, it is a capital. I will say that. But dude, I remember seeing for the first time ever 7-lane highways and it going just
mhm,
like that. And I was like, what the
yeah.
fuck, dude? And yeah, no, I couldn't. I promised myself to this day I would never visit that capital again. And then I met my wife, and she goes, "Oh, we should visit this place. We should visit." I was like, I kept on worrying. I was like, "Nah, no." I told myself I'll never do it. I shit you not. We ate at one restaurant. Mind you, this place is 4 hours away from me.
Huh?
We ate at one restaurant, and she was like, "I want to go back home." And I was like, I didn't complain or nothing. I was like, "I told you." I was like, "I fucking told you." I was just like,
I
I
I
promised myself I'd visit this capital one time. I'll never visit it again. And I'll tell you in Discord. It was that.
when I was younger,
But yeah, no, fuck that, dude. I'll never visit that
you
place
know,
again.
if you talked to me, like, a decade ago, I would have told you, like, "Oh, yeah, I don't have a problem with living in cities. I don't have a problem with, like, living in
Nah, dude, I'm country
big
boy.
metropolises and things like that." But now in my 30s, in my late 30s too, I'm like,
That's
"Nah,
how I
dude,
am
I'd rather."
nowadays, dude. Like I be doing Facebook Marketplace like 10 years ago, dude. I'd be driving 5, 6, 8 hours away, no problem. And now it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, I'm only 40 minutes away. I'm like, God. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Well, not even just the drive, but the fact that, like, what do you call it? Well, I would say the drivers, but, like, folks who don't live in
Oh
metropolises
yeah.
drive
Oh
differently,
yeah.
obviously,
You know.
but, I mean, there's still assholes on the
Oh
streets,
yeah.
especially in California. It doesn't matter where you drive, there's always some dingus that's like, "Oh, I rolled up to the stop, that was my stop, I'm still going." I'm like,
Yeah. No, in my
I
town
had
we
the right of
got more
way."
we got the people of, oh, here's a stop sign, and it's like there is no stop sign there. Why are we randomly stopping here? And then they'll just go. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, yeah, leave it to places like Okinawa where you run into a stop sign or a stop light, and that stoplight is going to take you about 15 minutes.
Oh, we have
So
one
you'll
in my
see
town.
people who just bust out
We have
books and
one
just
in
start
my
reading
town.
books,
Yep.
you know? Yeah. But one thing that, like, but yeah, going back to the top though is like when it comes to folks that cheer you on or are there I love the idea of being supportive of what other people's
Absolutely.
um life goals are when you see
Absolutely.
the potential and you're just like, oh, there's that spark of, like, that is your the Japanese have a word for it called ikigai, and it means the thing that you are really good at. Like, I wouldn't say
Good.
like really good at doing, but you're naturally like just
That's who you
like
are.
magnetized to doing, you know what I
Right.
mean? Um and like that potential that you have that maybe you didn't know was ignited, that needed an ignition inside you, or B, someone says like, "Hey, you're really good at doing these things. Go do those things." And then it's like, "Oh, I totally missed that I was actually good at doing these things." You know what I mean? People like even my partner's mom, she's really good at sewing. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
this lady is really good behind the sewing machine. And so, people love textiles, people love homemade crafts and crafts. It's the way that I'm trying to get her on Etsy.
Oh yeah, no, that's how my wife
And
is,
this
dude. She is so artistic in different ways. I mean, from writing books
yeah,
to actually doing some DIY shit. It's like,
yeah.
oh my god.
And I'm not saying that everything needs to be a profit. You
Right.
you just do it for the love of it. Painting for me is the same way, but like it's the way that like I tried selling my paintings and it just was not taking, and I
Right.
was just like, I don't know if it's a matter of like the paintings aren't good enough or just there's just not
I
a
still want that one from you if it didn't sell. I don't know if you remember it. It's like the ocean one. I forget. It's like
oh
blue
no,
and
I still
black.
have that on my
I told you I've been wanting that fucker, dude.
I have to figure out how to get that to you now. Um yeah, no, absolutely. I'll have to figure out how to package that and get that to you because
Yeah,
it's
I even told
literally in
you
a
I'll pay you
frame.
for it.
Yeah. And freaking yeah, so like, people cheering me on, but also like me having the availability to like, or like the opportunity to cheer other people on in their
Right.
in their
So that brings like
strive
the
for life. Like I
meaningful.
just love that. I love doing
Absolutely.
that. You know what I mean?
Or
Like that's
support each other.
that's one of the
This
things that
comes into my like other topic is like low key like and I don't mean to sound like this person, but like Twitch. Honestly, I'm so humble for what I got. I'll just leave it as that.
yeah.
That'd be like my third slash honorable mention topic. But yeah,
Mhm.
seriously, Twitch. It makes me so happy because it comes back to just like me working with the cars, with the vehicles, with my wife. It's like I did this, I accomplished it, and granted, I can't quit my job to do this full time, but it's more
Yeah,
like
same.
I did this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah,
so happy for my community. I'm so happy for everything else. So
absolutely.
that's all mine. I mean, what about you, dude?
No, yeah, I totally agree with you on that too. Is that like as a I what's the terminology that King J uses? He doesn't say small streamer anymore. He says
Oh,
up and
that you
coming
mean? Oh,
streamer.
okay. I like that.
I
All right.
think I think that's what he
Yeah,
says
up and
now. He
coming.
doesn't say that he's a small time that he's a small streamer. Um but yeah, like folks like you and I, it's the way that like I've seen, even like this last year, I've seen people online um just completely uh dirty network and use me in that process. And
Yeah, my wife
um
actually mentioned that person. I told her I wanted to get you on the phone to be more descriptive because she only knows her version. I was like, oh no, dude, I have some lore for you. So,
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, right.
yeah,
um it's the way that I just, you know the the through line is that it's honest as opposed to it being
fake.
a show,
Yeah.
or it being
The
fake,
amount of
or it
times I
being
have
like
talked to like more successful Twitch streamers and they're like, "Oh yeah, like my reaction to this video," and they'll show me their VOD. They're like, "Yeah, that was completely fake." Like, "Oh, I got jump scared." Like I was like,
yeah,
"I can't."
yeah,
I'm one of
yeah,
those people. I always said it to this day. If you can't accept me for me, then one, I don't want you to be as my support person. I don't want you to be my viewer. And not only that, I just don't hang out with people like that. But if you can
Yeah,
accept me
same.
for me, then those are the people I want to be close with. Those are the people I want to actually get to know. Those are the people I want to
Yeah.
actually get to meet, or whatever the vice, such as you yourself.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't put on a fake show like, oh, jump scare, but in all reality, I'm like, no, I faked that jump scare, bro.
Yeah, absolutely,
Like, and
absolutely. I think it I I mean, but I also have, like, that, like, mentality where I'm just like, yeah, people could tell if, like, something's fake, and, like, now it's 2026, I don't think anybody knows what the hell real is
yeah,
anymore.
that
Like,
is
I
true,
think that,
man.
like
So I hate to be this person, but social media, fucking TikTok, all that shit, which is social media, but still, like,
yeah.
it ruined it. It really like, you don't know what's real
It
no more.
No, no one does, and it's even it's even one of those okay, this goes back to one of my Schadenfreude. So, like, by the way, it's that's, the pleasure of other people's misfortunes. What it is, once in a great while, I watch, like, Hoarders or, My
Right.
Strange Addiction, or, most recently, I've gotten into watching Catfish, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
the way that
dude.
the demographic of, like, all these older men think, like, "Oh, yeah, like, I gotta save my girlfriend in the Ukraine because, this lady, oh my god, she, like, took, like, tens of thousands of dollars from this guy, right?
Yep.
And he's on the hook. She's not even real. The pictures, like it's the way that these people use pictures and then doctor them up. And I have to use the word doctor now because I'm from an age, and sorry you, I'm sure. We both used to say, "Oh, that's photoshopped." Well, now it's not even
Yeah,
photoshopped. It's
no, it's
just
not.
AI.
It's
You
AI.
know? Right. And it's like, even I can sit there and go like, that is clearly fake. That is clearly not a real person. Or that was a real person and that is clearly someone else's head on a different person's body. Like, you
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's like,
What always gets me is
um,
like, oh, you can use your voice to make your voice into this music, and like there is people out there who actually thinks like
yeah,
that's me. I'm like, that song was already a thing. You just put your voice over it using AI. It's not
right.
even actually you like doing a cover. I would more see. At this point, before I used to not see it as talent. At this point, I look at more like people doing covers more of a talent than people using AI as a cover.
Yeah,
Oh my god, absolutely.
absolutely.
Like, but
Who would have
before
thought?
AI, I was just like, oh wow, you covered Nirvana or Korn. Like you're so talented because you can't keep up with, or you can't make your own lyrics. And now it's just like, oh god, you're using your voice through AI to make a song, and it's not even a cover. It's not even you. You just said,
It's
hey,
no
my
way.
name is Radstrophic, and then they were like, they made that into a Nirvana song. I'm like, now I look at
Yeah,
cover artists is more talented than that.
you're right. And it's the
100%.
way that like if people didn't realize, for example, how I treat my vocals, I use pedal effects and I use,
Yeah, but
a style of
I
like
don't
industrial.
I don't take that away from you. I don't take points away from that. Like, like
No,
because
it's
like I'm into death
yeah,
metal and people are like, "Oh, well, he's using pedal double bass drums." I'm like, "Yeah, but that's still
yeah,
like him doing it's just more
yeah,
amplified and
exactly.
more faster." Yes, but he still has to do this motion,
Yes,
like
exactly. And it's
yeah.
it's the way that like I used to think that like folks who used effects on their voices,
Mhm.
like delay, reverb,
Fucking auto
all that
tune.
stuff.
Yeah.
Auto-tune, yeah, or like, just a little bit of compression or a little bit of noise gate or something like that,
Right.
I would just be like, "Wow, you have to sing with effect pedals in order for yourself to sound
And
good? Like, that's
now,
kinda shitty." But now I'm, like, sitting here going and this is actually for people who can sing. I mean, I don't like to say that I know how to sing
right.
because clearly I just scream into a microphone for my music, but it's the way that, like, even that, I'm just, like, quickly realizing, like, "Holy shit, I'm fucking talented," because these motherfuckers,
Yeah.
they just like they just say whatever they say on the computer and then use AI to make that into a music piece and they're like, I'm a fucking artist. And I'm like, Never would I have had thought that this would be the day that I would be sitting there going like this. Holy shit. I did
Yeah.
not realize um oh, right on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is
yeah,
this the
that's
live
before. Yeah,
video you were
yeah,
telling
yeah,
me
yeah.
about?
This is
Okay.
this
Oh,
is
I actually
before.
like this song.
I know.
Don't
I
tell me
love.
they ruined this song
Oh,
live.
100%, dude. 100%.
Oh,
I
that's
was just saying
unfortunate.
this stuff because then after, are you said
I'm
everything?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
All right.
it. Yeah.
I wanted
Mhm.
to do that before I forget. But anyway, with that being said, guys, that is our
Oh,
meaningful life.
I
Make sure you let us know what your meaningful life is, and give us in the comments uh what you find enjoy in life and what's meaningful for to you.
absolutely.
Like I said, ours is through Twitch, ours is through gaming, ours is through whether you're doing music or in the garage or having a couple beers with buddies. My me
Mhm.
fuck, what was I gonna put? I don't even know how I even put it in words. By the way, pretty much is basically as long as you spend time with friends, have the good support around you, and at the end of the day, keep the good people around you. That is what the meaning of life is to me. I don't know about you, Sean,
Yeah,
but
for me it's uh you know, I know a lot of people like to record,
yeah.
or take photos, like people like to, the
Yeah,
camera
yeah.
eats first
You gotta
before
have
people
that.
for some reason. And like, there's so many moments as I always tell
Exactly.
people, I'm really bad at taking photographs. I'm really bad at, video recording, moments in life.
Yeah,
But for me, it's about being in the moment and
absolutely.
enjoying that moment,
Absolutely.
regardless of having pictures or videos or
Like,
movies or things
for
like that.
example, today
Yeah.
I forgot to work on my truck and record the video for YouTube to get it up and running because I was so excited and
Yeah.
I was just taking in that time. It was me time. That was my
Yeah.
meditation. And granted, I know I should have made a YouTube video because I actually made a success today. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, I look as that was that was in my again, this was my meditation. This was my aura. I
Yeah.
didn't think, hey, let me turn on my camera. I didn't
Yeah.
think of that.
Mhm.
And don't get me wrong, I'm kicking myself in the ass because I wanted to have a whole process of me building this truck so I could look back at it. But then
Yeah.
again, I was just in my zone. That's me.
Yeah.
Just like you with
That's totally
music.
acceptable.
You don't
Yeah.
think of, hey, I should go live. Hey, I should record this video. You're just doing your thing
Or
and
like,
you know,
again, like, no, I'm just not the person. And I think it's very important to remember, like, you don't have to have uh everything have to be on, you know what I
absolutely.
mean? Like, the camera shouldn't have to eat first before you.
Absolutely.
And when I'm walking through, like, for example, Disney World or Six Flags or, I don't
I
know,
will say
Knott's
this.
Berry
My
Farm.
wife is the photo person and she always got on me when we first started dating. I'm like, why don't we take selfies? Why don't we do this? And I actually had to teach her like I'm in this moment with you. I'm
I'm in the
thinking of
moment.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
thinking of like this will be a great time to take out my phone.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Because I'm like, wow, like, look at that. There's,
Yes.
this thing happening, or I'm too
Yes.
busy looking around and smelling and enjoying all the
Yes.
senses of the
Hearing,
moment.
smelling, yeah, tasting
Yeah,
even. I mean, seeing, you know.
exactly. Like, that to me, I think would be
That
overall
is the
like a really
aura.
good place. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really interested to know if there's other listeners, if there's other folks that are listening to our podcast who feel the same way.
Yeah, not
You
only
know,
that, like I
I feel
said,
like such an outlier.
no, 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 you're fine. Just like what you said is I'm curious about our podcast listeners. I want to know what your guys' meaning of life is because it's definitely probably different than me and Sean's.
Hmm.
So I want to know what your meaning of life is. I mean, yours could be hell, I hate to say it, but like washing the dishes or going to the grocery store or something. I almost said stupid. I don't want to say that.
Some people even would
Something
feel
so
like,
simple.
financial success.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Like, yeah,
your meaning of life is you waking up and going to work. Like I want to know about that. I want to look deeper into
yeah,
that. So please let us know in the comments.
yeah.
I would really love to learn about that. But anyway, next time we'll try to do the same thing as we do every night, which is surviving. My name is I almost said yours because you put yours first. Anyway, Dom slash Rastrophic, and I'm here with,
Sean Grave,
and we're
the one and
wishing
only.
you all the best until the next episode. And pleasant dreams.
Unpleasant dreams, everyone.